Welcome to the Authentic Life Podcast, a podcast for real people in real time with real problems, applying real biblical solutions. I'm your host, Josh. Now let's dive into the Word. Hey guys, welcome back to the Authentic Life Podcast. I'm your host, Josh, and I don't often do this, but I'm going to do it today because I'm excited about what's dropping this Thursday. But before we do that, what are we talking about? What is Authentic Life Podcast? It's a podcast for real people in real time with real problems, applying real biblical solutions. And what's that mean? That means we come together side by side with our Bible in one hand and our life in the other and see how they mesh together, how they come together, and we talk about real life. And there's nothing more real than what we're going to be talking about this Thursday, this upcoming Thursday. And that's why I'm doing this introduction. I'm going to give you a 5-minute video of what we're talking about. And before I keep babbling on, let's get to it. So what's coming up this coming Sunday? It is Palm Sunday. The Friday after that is Good Friday, and the Sunday after that is Easter. It's Resurrection Sunday. And there's nothing more real than the foot of the cross. There's nothing more real than what Christ did on that cross. How that affects me and how that affects you. Now, sometimes we get that out of our head. If you're not a follower of Christ, you don't know what Christ is all about. This is one of the most important times of the year. Okay, there's two really important times a year, and that's where people get kind of mixed up with it. People get confused. They think they have an obligation 2 times a year to attend church and to appease God as it would be. On Christmas and on Easter, they think that we have to show up on these 2 days because we're obligated to Jesus to show him respect on what we do, earn our way into heaven, so to speak. But we know as Christians that you don't do that. I cannot gain entrance through works or doing something that's an obligation to me. And if you're attending church and you think that's an obligation that gains you entrance into heaven, it's just simply not true. I want you to tell you something. We're going to talk about something this Thursday that is so critical, that's so real, that applies to your life, it applies to my life, it applies to everybody's life. It is so critical that when Jesus said 3 simple words, "It is finished." In the Greek, it's one word, it's called tetelestai. It means it is finished. That means he did something, he accomplished something on the cross, something so critical, so crucial, so prudent that it changes the history of mankind. And that's something that is not earned it's not earned from us attending a church service. It is something that Christ did on the cross so that we have grace and we have abundance of life because of what he did. He died on the cross for our sins, and that was able to wipe away our sins. And we're going to talk about that this Thursday over the book of John in chapter 19, verse 30. And we're going to look at that, and we're going to dive into that and see what that means. You can't earn your way into heaven. I want to express that, and I can't express that enough. And as we dive into John 19:30, you're going to see that you don't earn your way into heaven, that you were given something by Christ upon the cross. He gave you grace, he gave you mercy, he gave you forgiveness. But you have to follow him. You have to give your life to him. You have to understand that you have to take him in your heart and understand what that means. What did Christ do up on the cross? Well, he said, "It is finished." It's tetelestai. And that's what we're going to talk about. So join me this Thursday as we drop on April 11th of 2025 what "It is finished" is. Tetelestai. I hope to see you guys there. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.